All right, we are back. Welcome back. Hopefully, you are getting better and stronger and having more fun as you're playing and getting more confident as a musician. Please continue to play every day, even though you may only watch this video once or twice. Make sure that you are playing every day because that's what's going to make you super strong. Today, we're going to take kind of a little leap ahead and kind of see how well you're doing. So, we're going to start with our 3 key signature songs on the back of March again, but this time we're going to do them without stopping. Aha! So let's take a quick look. Look at 101. What's that key signature tell you? Look at 100. What does that key signature tell you? And look at S number 1. What does that key signature tell you? All right, so we're going to try to do all these without stopping. The only trick is at the end of 100 to get into S number 1. There's actually 2 pickup notes, but we're just going to play them just like that. It'll be fine. All right, here we go. 101, 100, S number 1, no stopping. 1, 2, ready, go. How'd you do? Remember, never be afraid to pause the video, go back and play a song that you messed up. Several of my bands we've talked about. The older musicians, even 6th graders, particularly when you get to middle school, the musicians who mess up, they'll always raise their hands and say, oh, can we do that again? Can we do that again? Can we do that again? And that's where you start switching from being a little kid where everybody has to tell you when you're doing right and wrong to start moving into adults where you go, oh, I'm responsible for what I'm doing and I can tell I need to do that again. And it's not an admission of I'm a terrible person or I'm a bad musician. Everybody needs to do that. So the better you get at being able to know, wait, I need to do that one again to make sure I have it, then you're going to you're moving on into the next phase of being a musician. So you make sure if you need to, pause the video, play it again, go take the video back, do it again, play it with me, whatever. All right, here we go, April. Let's do something new. On April, we're going to do the whole front of April without stopping. All right, so we haven't done that before. And we have been doing like Frere Jacques 81 is around. We're just going to do it one time today. But we can go all the way down. You know 84, 86, 88, we've done those without stopping. But now we're going to add 80, 81, and 93. So look at that. Those key signatures are changing. And you've got to be able to change on the fly. Whenever you move to the next song, make sure you know the key signatures. That's also all your 3 key signatures right there. All right. RLE 93, make sure you remember that one, that key signature. It has the reminders down there. 80 Mexican hat dance, you should be able to do it. Let's try it. Here we go. And again, mess up, no big deal. Go practice a couple of songs there, a couple of moments that you had trouble with, and then run the video back and do it again. Here we go. All of the front of April, which by the way is also roughly our concert songs. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 2, 3. All right. How'd you do? All right, so that's a little bit longer one. You notice that at measure song number 80, I probably sped up just a little bit, just because we played the top part a little bit slower than we play the bottom part, because that's a little easier. Cool. Turn over on the back. We are now ready for Sawmill. And again, I want to remind you, we're not going to do it today, but we're going to do it next time. We're actually going to play with the audio that is that's on the website there. So just go to the band audio page, and you can find Sawmill. And I think there's actually multiple speeds. You can do a slow version or a faster version. Some of you will want to do the slow first and then maybe try the faster one. Faster one's a little quick. So again, for those of you who are moving on, great. You'll enjoy that. The rest of you who do the slow one, that is perfectly all right. Also, the way you can do that is you can play it off the speakers on your computer or whatever, but you can also just put in little earbuds or AirPods or whatever you got that you can put in to listen this way, because you'll still hear your instrument as well. All right, again, if you need to practice any of those harder measures, do it. Let's play straight through Sawmill Creek. All right. My valve was sticking a little bit ago. I think I can make it to the end of this video, but we'll find out. Sawmill Creek, here we go. Drums start at measure 1. Everybody else waits till measure 3. 1, 2, beginning, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. All right, playing through that, made it. Where's my checklist? We're doing great. Remember, you have trouble, go back and check something else out. Let's do May. Now on May, we take a look. We've already done 84 today. We've already done 88 today. We haven't done 98 today. So let's do 98 real quick. Super easy. 1, 2, ready, go. let's go ahead and hit the songs at the bottom. Pretty soon we're going to be doing those without stopping as well, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Here we go, 107, check your key signature, and then it says check play, measure 3, note 1, sounds like this. Good. All right, my muscles are kind of messing up right now, but that's okay. You don't play perfectly every day. That's another part of being a musician. These are muscles, and they do weird things whenever they feel like doing weird things. All right, here we go. 107. 1, 2, ready, go. Good? All right. And then we'll take again, we'll look at 108. And remember, clarinets, this is where we're doing the two-finger thing. F, G, A, F, F, A, F. We got to get those two fingers moving. And then E, F, G, G, E, G, E. Got to get the two pinkies moving, which makes that trickier for clarinets. But everybody else should be pretty easy. Skip the first inning, straight through one time. 1 and 2 and go. All right, Kookaburra. Now I'm going to play it one time. If you want to do it as a round, just wait for 2 measures, and then when I get to measure 3, then I'll give you the sign, and you can start at the beginning, and we'll be playing that as a round as well. But just one time today. Here we go. So we're going to do Kookaburra one time. You can either do it with me or 2 measures later as a round. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Bum, 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 bum. For if you were playing the round, that's when you would have stopped. Good, 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 good. Let's turn over the back. Now we're moving on. I think I've told you before, I know I told my classes, whenever you get to number 88 and you can play through number 88, that's really the end of what we have to teach you in 5th grade. So everything we're doing after number 88 is just getting you ready for 6th grade. All the stuff you're seeing on the May page, all this stuff is going to be showing up on the 6th grade pages in the fall. And so, like, if you can play 107, 108, 110, well, that's half the battle of playing in the fall. It's fantastic. So we're going to show you a few more things that are going to make next year easy. And so that's what we're doing. So yeah, it's a little more challenging, a little bit harder, but it's just going to make next year easy for you. Okay? All right, 114, we've already done this one. Let's count it once and let's play it. How many beats does a dotted quarter note get, or how many beats is it worth? 1.5. And how do you feel it? Tap twice. That was terrible. You got to get better at that. Here we go. Count it once. Here we go. Ready, count. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Play it. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so again, you do see that this has key signature number 1, 2, and 3, but that's not what we're doing right now. We will be moving from the last 3 of March to a different set of 3 for our key signature songs, and we'll keep on progressing as we go through 6th grade as well. All right, let's do some new ones here. 115. Now 115, it's got the dotted quarter notes in it again. And again, virtually every song has dotted quarter notes in it, so you just got to get used to that. So let's take a look at 115 rhythm-wise, and then we'll double-check the key signature before we start. So here we go. Take a look at this. Measure 1 looks perfectly easy for us because we're used to doing that. I see a quarter note, a dotted quarter note, an eighth note, a quarter note, quarter note. 1 and 3, 4. Well, that's easy. 1 and 3, 4. But now look at measure 3. Now, instead of it being on beat 1, it's going to be on beat 3. So we have a half note, which is 1, 2, and then we're going to get to beat 3. What do? Just tap twice. 3 and 1. So that rule that I gave you works anywhere, whether it's on beat 1 or beat 2 or beat 3 or 4, wherever it happens to be. Okay? So measure 3 again is 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's count the rhythm for the first. Oh, this is another song where the first half and the second half is identical. So if you know the first half, you know the second half. Let's count the first 4 measures. I'll use my foot, and let's try counting 115. The first 4 measures. Here we go. Here's our tap and ready and count. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get it? It's a little bit tricky just because you haven't seen that many. Yeah, all right, let's try it one more time. I'm going to go ahead and snap on those, I think. Here we go. 1, 2, here's 115 count. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So again, if you can do the first 4, you can do the last 4. And let's take a look at the key signature. Key signature tells you what? Hopefully you got it right. And again, in this case, then we have the check and play the notes. Measure 1, note 2. Let's all play measured note. Let's play measure 1, note 2 together. Sounds like this. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. All right. 1 and 2 and ready. 115. Good? All right, so that's actually one of those songs that has a lot in it, even though it's a fairly short song, kind of like number 80. There's all that stuff in number 80. The next song is one of those songs that you play, kind of like when you play Mary Had a Little Lamb for the first time. Up until that point, no one really believes you're really a musician, but when you play Mary Had a Little Lamb, they start going, oh, you really are doing pretty well. And same thing here. When you can play Ode to Joy, this is just a famous Beethoven's melody. And when you play that, people start going, oh, you're really turning into a musician. So this is one of those fun ones that we get to do. So key signature number 3 is actually our oldest key signature. And we look at that, 131. And this one is not too hard, but let's take a look at a couple of things that we see on it. Number 1. I see dotted quarter notes again. That's right. I see them in measure 4, I see them in measure 8, and I see them in measure 16. So look at that. Measure 4 is 1 and 3, 4. By the way, you know the song I'm talking about, right? Well, you know the song, but now you know the rhythm, and you can really play the song. So measure 4, measure 8, and measure 16 will have 1 and 3, 4. Easy. Now on measure 9, they throw in some eighth notes in kind of weird places, and so that's the only part that I would call tricky of any of this. So let's play 9, 10, 11, and 12. If you can get that part, the other parts are pretty easy because they're just lots of quarter notes. Here we go. Oh, by the way, clarinets. You should have octaves. For every stem, you should have 2 notes. The new notes are great. We're going to be working on those new notes. But for right now, while we're playing this, we're going to be going a little faster. If you want to play the lower notes, that's fine. If you, some of you are ready for this. Some of you are ready for this. So if you are a clarinet and you want to play this, same thing we talked about, like with 107, where the notes are like one note, space line, so they move up one at a time. This starts on a high E, which is thumb in the register key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a high E. And what we do is as the notes go up, we lose fingers. E, E, F, G, and then as they go down, we add fingers. G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D. Okay? So this is not too difficult to learn those high notes. In fact, that's one of the reasons we do this is for the clarinets to learn the high notes. The rest of us is pretty easy. Okay, so clarinets, instead of, you can do the low notes in a minute, but when you want to try the high notes, instead of you get that high E, thumb, register key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's really high, and it sounds kind of out of control. That's okay. I know your family may not like that, but it's okay. Play those notes, play them loud, it's okay when you're trying those high notes. All right, let's do this song. We're going to do measure 9 through 12, and then we're going to put it all together. Clarinets, take your choice. Probably for right now, play the low one, and then you can try the high one later. Here we go, measure 9. 1, 2, ready, go. So it's not really hard, it just kind of moves around a little bit. One more time on 9. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so if you can do that, we can do this pretty easily. Every time you see a dotted quarter note, tap twice and move on. Oh, one other hint on this one. Sometimes kids like to play the part they can play faster and then slow down on the harder parts. That's the opposite of what music is. We don't want to hear no, we don't want to do that. Whatever speed you play, play it and enjoy it. This is way slow for me or any of our teachers, right? But we can still play it. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. Okay? So whatever your tempo is, keep it the same unless the music tells you to change it. Right now, none of our music is going to be doing that. We're keeping everything very steady, is what we call a steady tempo. The same, 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 same. No speeding up, no slowing down. All right, 131, let's try it. All right, 1, 2, whole song, go. All right, so that gives you a couple of new songs to play. As we move forward, clarinets, you have more to work on there, which is great. Okay, next class, we're going to do the bottom part of this page and show you several new things because that's what the May Challenge Test is all about. But for today, let's skip that. Let's go do a review of Independentia, and then next time we're actually going to do the audio for Sawmill Creek and the audio for Independentia as part of our class. All right, Independentia. So let's just review our parts today, and then I would encourage you to go put some earbuds in, go to that page, band audio page, and play these songs and play along with them. It's a lot more fun than playing something by yourself. And then you'll start to see the challenge, but yet the fun of playing ensemble songs. Ensemble songs are what sounds so cool, and that's what the whole thing we're working for right now is to be able to play ensemble songs. You got to know your notes, you got to know your rhythms, you got to know your key signatures, you got to know all that stuff. But this is the reason why, because we want to play fun songs. All right, so let's review. First of all, let's play the first four measures. First four measures: trumpets, flutes, trumpets. I keep messing that up. Trumpets, bells, flutes. Let's. You're playing the bum 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 bum. Trombones, baritones, bum 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 bum. Saxophones, clarinets. You're doing the one and the two. Actually, saxophones, clarinets, and drums are playing 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right? Everybody playing the first four measures. I'm going to play the trombone part today. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. First 4, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1. Right? Okay, good. One other thought for you today. Do you notice that the notes and rhythms on this are really quite easy compared to this other stuff we're playing? You know, octave scales, and now we're starting to play some really high notes and we're learning all these rhythms. Absolutely. Because the challenge of ensemble songs is playing your part with other people. So you can't play your hardest music there. You need to play the music that's easier for you to play so that you can then be able to listen to the other parts, stay together, and enjoy that. Okay, so this is really, it's like 6 notes. I mean, these are notes that you learned in November, so this is real easy stuff. All right, let's do our melodies here. So, trumpets and bells and flutes, would you play measure 4 going forward? And then trombones, saxophones, clarinets, would you play measure 32 going forward? Not 5, go to 4, not 30 with 3, go to 32. And then drums, you can play measure 4 as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. How'd you do? That's the melody part. Now let's do the background part. Switch. If you were doing measure 4, now do measure 32. If you're doing measure 32, now do measure 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Rest. 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 1, 3, 1, 3. 3, 1, 3, 1. And I forgot to warn the trombones that I'm going to be doing that part, and you got your own little part there. Okay. Next, let's go back to measure 20. Now at measure 20, remember there's 2 things going on. The trumpets and bells and flutes, trumpets, bells, flutes, yes, are doing the call, and this is the dogfight, sometimes called call response. The call part, bum, 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 bum. Clarinet, saxophones, trombones are going to be doing the response. And by the way, in the percussion section, we're going to be doing the snare drum and the bass drum. The snare drum does the call, the bass drum does the response. 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, let's see, how's our time? Yeah, we can do that real quick. Let's do The trumpet part, trumpet, flutes, bells, snare drum. Let's do that part first. Measure 20. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. And we're right back to 33. This time, trombones, saxophones, clarinets, and, well, clarinets are playing all the way through here. Trombones, saxophones, and bass drum. Let's get you guys in. Measure 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2 and 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 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. And then we go on from there. All right, now let's put it all together. I'm going to play the clarinet part, which has everybody, and I'll show you the call response or the first dog and the second dog in the dog fight. Here we go. Measure 20. Starting off here. 1, 2, ready, 20, go. 2, 3, 4, 1. How'd you do? All right, so now you should know your parts well enough that you can play the entire page without stopping. Now we're not going to do that today because obviously we're playing different parts, but next time we will. So make sure you can play the whole thing by next time and the next video when it comes out there. So because we're going to actually play it with the audio and play it straight through so that you can hear what the whole thing sounds like when we put it together. All right. All right. I think that's it. Quick review for flutes and brass, and then we are stopping for the day. And next time, I don't think you have to print anything new out. We'll all do on the back of May. Make sure you're ready to do those other songs with the audio. And in the meantime, go play those songs with the audio so that you already get an idea what it's like. All right, flutes, brass. Look over on the back of your May challenge page, or your May homework page, and let's take a look with the flutes. 128. Ready, go. If you're doing that every day, that should be getting much easier, right? Keep doing that every day. Brass, here we go. That's trumpets, trombones, baritones. 1, 2, 112, 112. Sorry, I knew what I wanted to do. Did you know what I wanted to do? 112. 1, 2, ready, go. And there it is. All right, have a great day. Play every day, play every day, play every day, play every day. The more you play, the better it gets, the better the muscle memory gets, and the more fun it is. The more fun it is. All right, have a great day. Talk to you soon. See you. Bye.